Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel once again. So I decided to make this YouTube video to understand certain concepts that I learned recently, and I think it's worth sharing. So I would like you to pay rapt attention and see how this can always apply to you. Wherever you find yourself, whether as a business owner, entrepreneur, or you're building your career. So I came across this woman in LinkedIn. Her name is Lola Ade. She is an AI guru and has been seen to be very successful within a very short time. She really inspired me through a podcast by I'll try and leave links in the description. And she spoke highly about how AI can enhance people, entrepreneurs, help you to go the mile and do great things. And I just thought about it that as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as an individual, how can I use AI to better my life? How can I use AI to make things easier and make work better? And so in the podcast, she mentioned specifically about AI chief of staff, AI agents, and she also mentioned something like AI board of directors, where she used artificial intelligence to like pull out the brains of successful people, both alive and dead, and could engage to understand their thought patterns on how they would work on our business if they were in our shoes. And I think that was very, very intriguing to me and something that can really help a lot of people. So I decided to try it out, especially with the projects that I'm working on, the biogas project that I pitched through a video earlier. If you also want to view the video, you can check the description or the link that is appearing on your screen right now. So I decided to engage AI. I engaged Gemini, and this was what I came up with. So the pitch deck video is actually about construction of an eco hub by Thrive Connect, and eco hub will include a unit for biogas production and to produce biogas and package it as a service, energy as a service, and deliver to people based on subscription. And also have a kitchen that will operate independently alongside with a code that will help farmers to store perishable goods. So this was my idea to do the first phase in Hadigi in Mobi Adamawa State, because that town has a population of over 1 million cattle. So my thinking was that if an eco hub can be stationed around there, access to cow dung, organic waste to charge the biogas digesters won't be a problem. I put together the pitch deck. I included all the blah blah blahs and everything that is required, and like starting at close to 45 million naira, which is quite huge. So I uploaded it on Gemini. I asked this question. I said, consider these people: number 1, Ali Kote; number 2, Apostle Joshua Selman; Pastor Mrs. Ibukwa Osika; Bishop David Oyedepo; Miles Moron, John D. Rockefeller, and Dr. Cosmos Maduka. So from now onwards, consider these people as a 7-member board of directors that would be advising me on any issue that concerns my business or my business pitch, as I have been giving, as I have uploaded to you. Now I want you to take their thoughts, their advices, and what they would do whenever they are in a situation like mine, especially when you give responses that has to do with my business. Okay, make sure you give a part to what they would do or their advice concerning any of my business. Now consider the pitch that I've uploaded once about Eco Hub, and give me their views and their insights, their thought patterns, Let them advise me on the numbers, the budget, the idea itself, the scalability, the visibility of the business idea. So I did voice. I used the speaker and I said all these things to Google Gemini. The response was very remarkable. He said, "This is incredible heavyweight board you have assembled. You have market dominators, spiritual and principle-centered leaders, corporate governance icon, and legendary industrialists at the same table. Wow. To give you the most accurate and actionable feedback on the Echo Up Circular Economy project in Hayandigi, your board has reviewed the core mechanics, the 50-meter cube continuous flow digester, the biogas bag swap distribution model, the solar powered cold room, and the local cattle waste feedstock cluster. Here is Vapa transcript from your new board of directors meeting." It's getting interesting, right? Okay, the first one, Strategy and Market Dominance Review by Aliko Dangote and John D. Rockefeller. This one was very, very interesting. Dangote speaking now. "The concept is noble, but I look at business through the lens of backward integration and raw material control. You are relying on local cartoon cluster for your feedstock. What happens if a competitor emerges, or if the header move the cattle, which is very possible? You need to lock down those waste supply chains with long-term exclusive legally binding contracts immediately. Don't just sell gas, dominate the distribution network. The bag swap model is clever for accessibility, but ensure you control the manufacturing and exclusive supply of those bags, so no one can easily replicate your retail footprint. If you control the source, that's the waste, and the retail chain, that's the biogas, you control the market." You see, this insight was very, very insightful, because I know actually that is what Dangote would say. He would say his concept is always backward integration. You know, when he started his business, he was importing sugar, cement formerly before he started producing. And he made structures to make sure that he owns the total chain or line of business, such that he doesn't disappoint his customers. There's nothing like the suppliers didn't meet up or whatever, whether it was the transportation, the farms, he owned everything. That is why he's always at the top. And so I admire the feedback. I think there are thoughts that really put pressure on my consideration of even using that particular location. And so because of that, I thought about other options like the use of abattoir, having a farm, and so on and so forth. And these are really good things to put to note, of which I am going to really consider. John D. Rockefeller. This man is not alive. I just know little about him, but the internet is good. It's going to really give you a lot. This was his thought. I agree with Aliko. In my days with Standard Oil, we didn't just refine oil. We built the barrels, owned the tank cars, and controlled the pipelines. For your Eco Hub, the true wealth is not in the technology. It is in the infrastructure. Your 50 cubic meter digester must be the first of an interlocking network. Look at your budgets. Are you spending too much on third-party components? Integrate vertically. If you can manufacture or assemble those PVC digesters locally in Adamawa, your capital expenditure drops, and you create a barrier to entry that no foreign or lazy competitor can match. Standardize the up model, crush waste, inefficiency, and scale ruthlessly. See, these are thought patterns or mindset of billionaires that really give another perspective or insight on what I was thinking. My business model, my approach, it was really broadened, and the horizons of seeing and even loopholes that I never thought about. So this is really good stuff. This is good information. about it. So, let me quickly go because I don't want this video to be too long. Let me move forward. Pastor Ibukwa, let's look at the numbers. I like this. She always looks at the numbers. And your institutional structure. Here is addressing me by my first name. A circular economy project like this has high initial capital expenditure, capex. While crowdfunding is a beautiful way to engage the community, it cannot be the bedrock. You need institutional grade corporate governance to attract major green grants and development finance institution. Is your board structured? Are your financial books audited? If you want to scale this across Adamawa and Northeast, your integrity and corporate structure must be flawless. Do not mix experimental project funds with core operational capital. Build a business that can withstand scrutiny from the toughest global investors. Now, she really put light on the fact that there has to be a structure, and also a structure of corporate governance, definitely, and that one cannot rely on crowdfunding, because I actually thought about crowdfunding as a way to begin, but right now I'm having a second thought on it, and I think that alone cannot suffice. Definitely one would need much more than that. Dr. Cosmos Maduka, this is what he said. Listen to me, young man. He didn't even call me by my name. When I started, because I knew that a business without cash flow is just an expensive hobby. Your idea is highly variable because it solves two pain points simultaneously: waste management and energy scarcity. But let's talk about the numbers. Solar cold storage cannot just be an add-on. It needs to be an immediate revenue driver. Farmers lose a massive percentage of their harvest to spoil. Charge them a subscription or per crate daily fee that guarantees quick, predictable daily cash flow. Use that daily cash to fund the slower long-term gas distribution side. Bootstrap where you can, and never let your operational cost outrun your actual collection rate. This is good advice. Honestly, cash flow is the blood of business. That is what keeps it going. And actually, if one can begin to bootstrap and leap on the opportunities where cash is flowing in, you can scale in gradually and put the other or the rest or the parts of the other parts of the business in place. So very, very good advice. Dr. Miles Moran and Bishop Oyedepo. This has to do with a much more spiritual angle, but there's a lot to still pick from it. Oluwaseun, the greatest strategy, that's from Dr. Miles Moran now. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but life without a purpose. He used to say this in his books and also in his statements. Your Eco Hub has a clear purpose, okay? Restores dignity to the community, protects the environment, and create leadership opportunities. But remember, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. You must train the local community to understand the why behind the hub. If they see it only as a waste plant, it will fail when you aren't there. If they see it as their source of economic liberation, they will protect it. True leadership doesn't maintain followers. They produce leaders. Your business model must include a systemized training blueprint so that each hub can run autonomously under local leadership. That is how you achieve true institutional permanence. Now, you see, he's saying this is very, very true. There needs to be a lot of training. This is more or less like a novel idea, and most people are not familiar with the technology, so a lot of training has to be done in order for each of the hub to be autonomous. Starting this up, in fact, that's part of the idea behind the business. The technology might look complex to families, and so that is why it's being concentrated on a particular location, and the gas is actually sold out to families. So there is little training about cooking. It's just to put on your gas and cook. So that is that. Bishop David Oyedepo, spiritual capacity must match strategic execution. It's always good with rhymes. Let me tell you this: visuality is the mother of reality. You must see 50 cubic meter digester expanding to 500 cubic meter and spreading across the nation. But do not despise the days of small beginning. Just ensure you are operating with absolute dedication. You see, he's always oh God, he's a man of vision. He sees beyond, and he starts small, doesn't despise small little beginnings. Budgeting with fear limits your expansion. If the vision is clear, the funding will respond to the voice of execution. Budgeting for top-tier heavy-duty solar and biogas components that won't break down in 6 months. Operational hatches breaks consumers' confidence. Go to the field with a rugged, high-performing setup. If your service is consistently reliable, the market will break down your doors to pay for it. That's nice. That's a very, very powerful one. Vision and executing with passion, with strength, with vigor, as in going to take charge and take over the market. You understand what I'm saying? Come on now. Apostle Joshua, come on. There's a spiritual law of competence and value. The world does not pay you for having a good idea. The world rewards you for the transformation that your idea brings to the lives of ordinary people. Your pitch must move away from just technical jargons about continuous flow digester and focus deeply on human transformation. When you speak to investors or partners, paint the picture of the woman who no longer inhales toxic smoke from firewood and the farmer whose income doubles because his tomatoes didn't rot. Combine high-level spiritual alignment and peace with absolute ruthless execution. Build relationships with the local leaders and the traditional rulers and the cattle owners in Mubi. Favor operates through strategic relationship. Secure their hearts and the businesses will secure the land. Very, very like prostitutions. He focuses very well on relationships, building relationships to foster business growth, and looks at human transformation, human capital transformation. Wow, these are very, very powerful insights that it really gave me. And honestly, with the insights, the unified decision of the directors to secure the feedstock, to stress test the cash flow and structure for governance, honestly, these are very, very good advices that would help me to redesign the pitch and make it more presentable and hopefully bring in good business. So I think AI has helped me significantly well, thinking through the ups and downs, the numbers, the structure of the business, the idea, and every other thing that was in the pitch. I think it can also apply to anyone that is willing to explore the potentials that are available on the internet to see how they can utilize AI to enhance whatever they do. So I just shared my own thoughts on how it has helped and how it's applied it, and I think you too should do the same and see the potentials of what AI can do to improve whether your business, your career, whatever you do. So this video is quite long. I hope it has been insightful and helpful, and I want to believe that you found value in this. If you find value in videos like this, I want you to hit the subscribe button, like, share with somebody to help them. Perhaps this is what they need to be able to scale and move forward. You can imagine if you get advice from people like this that you so much admire, like your mentors like this, and here is able to make that possible in this world. This is outstanding. This is mind-blowing. So take advantage of this, do exactly the same, and let me hear from you. Let's hear your comments, what you feel about it, and I'll see you on the next video. Meanwhile, stay strong, keep building. Let's go together. Drive agro.